live, so people from the outside can be watching us. So
I'll even bring you the bottle of water in case you get thirsty.
Okay, shh.
And then bring your
Quiet,
coffee when it's ready. Are you want?
Fong, should the recording is paused, the Zoom. Just make sure that you start that at some point.
Hi, Anna Maria.
Hi.
How are you?
We all look like we're.
I'm nervous. I shouldn't be saying this live.
Yeah,
But I am.
it's being recorded.
Yeah. Now I understand why they do these things pre-recorded.
Yeah. I'm sure it will be just fine. We look like we're in a cathedral.
I think we look like we're at a funeral.
Well, that's
Oh, come on.
It does. It looks.
except we're in purple, not in black.
I put this on my iPad last night because I can't do it on my computer, and I thought it looks terrible. Like,
Okay, Kristen, we're live on YouTube. So faculty, as you're entering the room, we are live on YouTube.
and mute.
Morning, Keisha.
Good morning, Peter.
Keisha, are you at 6:45?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Faculty, welcome. As you're entering the room, you should know that we are being live streamed on YouTube.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marjorie.
Good morning, Marjorie.
Good morning.
Welcome, everyone. Just a quick announcement. We are being live streamed on YouTube.
Can anybody, you know, my virtual background, I haven't been able to make it work because I think my computer's too old. Does anyone have any suggestions?
That's an issue.
It doesn't work on my computer, but it works on my iPad. So the only place you can put it, if you have, like, my computer's older too, I had to put it on my iPad.
Even my new computer couldn't, it would go to my photos. I could save it to my photos, but Zoom wasn't recognizing it as an image to choose. I had to put it to my desktop and then pull it from my desktop in. So if you pick an unconventional route, that might work.
Yeah, Zoom requires a quad-core processor in order to generate the virtual backgrounds, and older machines that don't possess the quad-core will not be able to use that feature.
Okay.
Right.
So no matter what, I'm not probably getting it.
I tried saving it to your desktop first. That worked for me.
How
Even though you have
required is it?
older
Do I need
one?
to?
Yeah, that didn't work for me. I put it on my iPad. It's the only way I can make it work.
Okay.
Do I need to change devices?
I had to
How
upgrade
required
my
is it?
operating system.
I wouldn't worry about it.
What'd you do, Mike?
I had to upgrade my operating system because my Mac is 7 years old.
So is mine. So you actually upgraded and that worked?
But we're all going to be postage stamp size on the screen. So I really, I don't think it's a big deal.
No, I think as long as it's pretty solid, it's fine.
Okay. I'll leave it.
Does it need to be solid white? Is that
Okay.
the photographer?
Faculty, I I may, if you can please all mute yourselves, and we will ask you to stay muted throughout the event unless you are speaking, okay? So we are now going to take pictures of you. So just if you can bear with us and smile for the next 5 minutes or so. Well, Brittany, Rachel, and I are all taking pictures, okay? So sit tight.
I got a lot, Anna Marie.
Okay, I think we got everyone. Brittany, you got all 3. Right now, I only have 3 pages on in my Zoom.
I have 2, but I got a bunch of pictures. Yep.
Okay. Oh, Gail. Let's take another one. Where did Gail go? Okay, smile, Gail.
I haven't figured out how to get the background up. Sorry.
Your computer may not be able to. There are 71 students now waiting.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
I see an option to message everybody in the waiting room.
Did someone
would
let
you-
a Robin in?
Sorry,
Yes,
that's
I
me,
did.
Sabrina.
Rachel, yeah, if you want to
okay,
message the
Sabrina.
students and say, use their names, that would be terrific.
Sabrina, can you change your name?
Yeah, sorry, I'm changing it right now.
There's a name, Phil and Narnar, Rachel, that I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, there's a few with just first names, and so I'm messaging them all, everybody.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And Sabrina, your background is not working. You may just
Yeah.
want to turn it off.
Yeah, sorry.
And Rachel, someone used their net ID.
Yeah, it's good. Let me stop. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Anna Maria, can I turn this? Can I turn off the gallery view?
Why do you need to turn off the gallery view?
Yeah, should I switch it to speaker view?
Let's just wait until later.
Okay,
When we start letting students in, okay? So it's-
okay.
I'll say, Molly, you inspired me to put my thing on. Whatever this thing is.
I'm glad to have you join me with this. I think there are a few others.
You guys look lovely. I feel severely underdressed.
How do you put the thing on, the background?
Happy birthday, Alice. I forgot to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you. I like you, Bill. When we celebrate your birthday, you will still be older. So am I.
Happy birthday,
Bill, try
Alice.
saving it to your desktop.
Happy
And then
birthday.
drop
Bessie. Bill's is still coming. Bill's is week after next.
23rd, yes.
Yeah, 23rd. Bessie, you look very festive.
No, because if I want to walk around the house, I wanna-
Thank you, Alice.
Low system resources may affect your audio.
I know the application's open.
Okay.
Close Firefox.
No, I can't. The Zoom is my Zoom is running there.
No, your Zoom is running the application right here.
No, because nobody's logged in.
Yes, hey, Zoom meeting, this is what you're in. Running the app, close Firefox.
I'm not logged into the app. I'm logged in through the internet.
Just close Firefox.
Jen, I would check mute yourself.
Gen Con mute.
I'm
your-
sorry. I thought I was muted. Troubleshooting over here.
Don Jackson, welcome. We're glad you're here today.
Babette, can you hear me say something?
Yes,
Hi, Toby.
thank you.
Good morning. I can't
Good
see you,
morning.
Bessie, but I know you're there.
I'm here. Hi.
Anna Maria, we can suggest that after they, for the people who we can't let in, I can send a message once everybody's in saying, if you weren't let in, it's because we don't recognize you. Text Rachel at the number Bill sent, and then
Yeah.
Lisa won't send my number.
DPT Graduation Convocation. I'm Dr. Jules de Wald, the chair of the Department of Physical Therapy and Human Movement Sciences. This is a special day for the graduates, for the families and friends who have supported and encouraged and helped our students to achieve their goals. This is also a memorable day since it's the 92nd graduation class of our physical therapy educational program and the first virtual graduation since 1928, as this is the oldest physical therapy education program in the United States. The education of these graduates is a cooperative effort. The students, academic and clinical faculty, our staff, colleagues within the university and clinical communities, and those to whom we provide services have all contributed to this day. In your program, you find a listing of the many individuals and healthcare facilities that have played a part in the education of the class of 2020. At this time, I would like to recognize my colleagues on the academic faculty. These are the individuals who are at the core of Northwestern's physical therapy education and research endeavors. We are honored and pleased to have with us today Dr. Robert Rosa, the Vice Dean for Regulatory Affairs and Chief Compliance Officer at the Feinberg School of Medicine. Dr. Rosa is professor in medicine in the area of nephrology. His research interest is in the area of hypertension, kidney, and renal disease. More specifically, studying racial differences in electrolyte metabolism and water balance. Dr. Rosa has brought vision and leadership to the Feinberg School of Medicine and has been a strong supporter of the science-underpinned education you have received as doctors in physical therapy. Dr. Rosa brings greetings from the Feinberg School of Medicine. The Feinberg School of Medicine and Dr. Rosa have been highly supportive of our department. Dr. Rosa.
Dr. DeWald, distinguished faculty, graduates, and honored guests. It is a privilege and a pleasure to participate in your commencement celebration as a representative of the Feinberg School of Medicine and Northwestern University. I would like to congratulate the class on your graduation from the Department of Physical Therapy and Human Movement Sciences. This program, as Dr. DeWalda said, is the oldest and one of the most distinguished and most competitive programs in the country. Your accomplishments, therefore, is one of which you can be justifiably and immensely proud. Your parents, spouses, and loved ones undoubtedly share in this pride, given the support that they have provided to you in achieving this goal. You're to be commended on your choice of the science of physical therapy, both as a career and as a profession. One of the most significant privileges associated with a career in a medically oriented field is the opportunity to help people at critical times in their lives. You will have a positive impact on the lives of your patients, and this fact will afford you the opportunity for personal growth and professional satisfaction. As I have indicated, however, physical therapy is also a profession, and a profession is more than either a career or an occupation. The profession notably has a base in specialized knowledge. It also regulates itself through systematic required training and collegial discipline. And most importantly, a profession has a service rather than a profit orientation. Each of these elements of being a professional, specialized knowledge, self-regulation, and service ethic impose a duty upon the professional. Specialized knowledge requires a commitment to lifelong learning. You cannot practice for the next 40 years or more based only on the excellent knowledge base you have just acquired. So your first challenge will be to keep abreast continuously of new knowledge in your profession. Self-regulation of the profession means you are not only responsible for your own behavior, you have an obligation to your profession to ensure others in it adhere to the highest standards and to take effective steps to discipline those who fail to live up to their professional obligations. What is at stake is nothing less than your professional autonomy, which requires continued public confidence in and support for your profession. The third characteristic of a profession is an ethic of service. Professionals put the needs of their patients above personal financial considerations. You must always remind yourself that the way to serve yourself is to serve others. For it is a great privilege to have the ability and the responsibility to provide care for people in their time of need. These professional challenges are real and demanding. Meeting them will not be easy, but doing so will give you the satisfaction of being a professional in the very best sense of that word. On behalf of Dean Nielsen of the Feinberg School of Medicine and President Shapiro of Northwestern University, let me congratulate you again on what you have accomplished and offer you best wishes for a fulfilling and rewarding personal and professional career as doctors of physical therapy. And thank you for allowing me to be part of this very special occasion.
We are privileged to have with us today as our convocation speaker, Mr. Donald Jackson. Mr. Jackson, MS, PT, got a BA in biology from Hastings College, followed by a certificate in physical therapy from Northwestern University in 1971. He then obtained an MS in Rehabilitation Services Administration from DePaul University in 1981. During his distinguished career, Mr. Jackson occupied a large number of administrative leadership positions, both in professional organizations and in academia. He played a leadership role in the American Physical Therapy Association as its former secretary and treasurer. He helped establish the American Board of Physical Therapy Specialties by serving on the Specialties Board prior to the certification process and serving through the first few years of specialist certification. At the Illinois Physical Therapy Association, Mr. Jackson planned and led multiple successful rewrites of the Illinois Physical Therapy License Act, including allowing physical therapists to evaluate patients without a physician's referral in 1981 and to treat patients without physician referral in 1988. He led complicated legislative efforts that involved mobilizing physical therapists from across the state to convince their legislators to support these initiatives, and in case of treatment without referral, against the opposition of the Illinois State Medical Society and the Illinois Hospital Association. In the 80s and 90s, Mr. Jackson founded and directed expansion of the Rehabilitation Systems Incorporated, a multi-state healthcare company focused on physical therapy services. From 1991 to 2012, Mr. Jackson functioned as the Chief Operational Officer of Easter Seals in Chicago and grew their revenue by 400% during his tenure. And finally, in 2013, Mr. Jackson became the president of Hastings College in Hastings, Nebraska. The college was founded in 1881 and has been named Best College by numerous publications. Mr. Jackson is believed to be the first physical therapist to be elected president of a college or university in a permanent capacity. Mr. Jackson also was instrumental in Logan Davis, one of today's graduates, to come to Northwestern and join our doctoral program in physical therapy. Actually, Dr. Davis introduced me to Mr. Jackson a couple of years ago. Mr. Jackson retired from the president position at Hastings College in 2017, but remains active by serving on the board of directors of the Bighorn River Alliance in Montana while enjoying retirement. The title for Mr. Jackson's convocation address is Doctors of Physical Therapy, Now What? Please join me in welcoming Mr. Donald Jackson.
Dr. DeWald, esteemed faculty,
parents, family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, the 2020 Northwestern University Doctor of Physical Therapy graduating class. It is a joy for me to be here with you today to celebrate your achievement. Each of you has had a long and challenging journey to reach this pinnacle. Congratulations. If I've learned nothing else in the 49 years since I graduated from Northwestern University as a physical therapist, like you are today, it's that our profession and the world we live in is forever changing. Sometimes, as we've all experienced over the last few months, there's a sea change in a very short period of time. We're all adapting to our new realities and moving forward as best we can. A cornerstone of our collective training at Northwestern has been to assess the situation and then develop a plan to address it. The good news is that you and your classmates are prepared to assess and adapt to the changing environment we're facing today. To a significant degree, this is what our careers are all about. That said, I know this is a difficult time. As you seek your next opportunity, I hope my message today will be useful to you. Each of you has worked hard to get where you are today. Along the way, you've had influencers, mentors, opportunities and challenges, and some key decision moments. Mostly, you've had to take responsibility for your own actions and decisions, and from that, you've created a path to your future. You've come a long way, and today is certainly a major milestone. When you reflect back on your professional path to date, it has likely not been a straight line from where you were to where you are today. Your future is likely to be similar. Being open and receptive to opportunities can often be the key to a meaningful life and career. I'm going to repeat that sentence. Being open and receptive to opportunities can often be the key to a meaningful life and career. Not all opportunities are obvious. That's certainly been true for me. I never imagined that I would become a global nonprofit executive or the president of a college. My goal today is to stimulate you to reflect further on your future path and to share some examples that may be useful to you. Today, I'm going to introduce you to 3 of my physical therapist friends. They come from varied backgrounds, and their physical therapy career paths are unique. Each has been recognized with significant professional accolades. For most of you, your initial path in physical therapy will be clinical. Many of my physical therapist friends and colleagues have progressed on their clinical paths throughout their careers. A close friend, Marilyn Moffat, PT, PhD, Fellow of the American Physical Therapy Association, has maintained a small but active private practice throughout her iconic career. She's had an impressive collection of clients, including at least one world leader. If you're not familiar with Dr. Moffat, She's professor of physical therapy at New York University, where she's director of both the Doctor of Physical Therapy program, as well as the post-professional master's degree program in pathokinesiology. Marilyn served 2 terms as president of the American Physical Therapy Association and the World Confederation of Physical Therapy. She's published numerous peer-reviewed articles. She is one of physical therapy's leading philanthropists, and she brings energy, commitment, and competence to everything she touches. A prestigious chair of physical therapy has been named in her honor at New York University. When I asked Marilyn what advice she had for you today, she said, if you're already a leader, don't stop. Our profession needs you. We need leaders in the clinic, in the classroom, as clinical investigators, and throughout the profession. Most leaders have known their leaders throughout their life. Our profession has been served well by Dr. Marilyn Moffitt, and she's right. We now need you to step up and be our leaders. Our patients, our colleagues, and the profession are counting on you. Leadership takes on many forms. For some, like me, being a leader has meant taking on increasingly more complex management roles. Dr. Moffitt has excelled as a volunteer professional leader, as an academic leader, and as a philanthropic leader. Rebecca Craig, PT, PhD, Fellow of the American Physical Therapy Association, has created a much different path. She knew when she graduated from the physical therapy program at Duke University that her preferred professional path was as a clinical investigator. Dr. Craig is Dean of the College of Health Sciences and Professor of Physical Therapy at Arcadia University. Some of our profession's most influential clinical investigators, including Stephen Wolf, Jules Rothstein, Steve Rose, and others, were her early and lifelong colleagues and collaborators who together helped propel physical therapy research to where it is today. Becky was the longtime editor of Physical Therapy, and she's now recognized as editor emeritus. When I asked Dr. Craig what priorities she would recommend for you as you embark on your career, she was true to her research roots. She said, if you have the research bug and you believe that is your preferred professional path, pursue a PhD as soon as possible. Now, she was quick to point out that not everyone agrees with her, including some of the people I just mentioned. However, she said, life, money, family, and other factors can get in the way and take you off your path. It's a choice that worked well for her, and she believes an early commitment to a PhD may be the best way to achieve your dream as a clinical investigator. Earlier this year, I had an opportunity to engage another good friend, Tim Farron, DPT, about his career. Dr. Farron is not just a good friend. He has periodically over the years been my physical therapist. Tim's highly successful private practice is in Phoenix, Arizona, while I've spent most of my professional life in the Chicago area. On the few occasions when I've needed a physical therapist master clinician, I boarded a plane and flew to Phoenix to see Tim. He usually had to work me in at 6 a.m. because that's the only time he could have on his schedule. Tim decided early in his career to make a commitment to clinical excellence and to become a master clinician. He began seeking out master clinicians who helped him learn the difference between having knowledge and having skill, and how to use both knowledge and skill to develop clinical mastery. He then began taking advanced courses from master clinicians. Dr. Farron is blunt about what it takes to achieve excellence in physical therapy. He said, "It's either a total commitment or a total admission you don't care about being an expert." He believes each of you should make a commitment to professional mastery, whether it's as a master educator, a master investigator, or a master clinician. He's hoping at a crucial time you will reach a crossroads and that you'll remember this conversation and commit to becoming a master and not settle for less in your career. That is my charge as well. These outstanding physical therapy professionals, Doctors Moffitt, Craig, and Farron, have all had career paths worthy of emulating. Committing to professional excellence is not a one-time or once-in-a-while endeavor. It's a lifelong commitment to being the very best you can be and being passionate about achieving your dream. For me, that has meant visualizing my goal and to never accept not achieving it. Sometimes it's meant pushing on tirelessly when everything in me wants me to back off. You're off to a great start with a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from Northwestern University. You now have the platform to launch your career. I'm excited for you and where your physical therapy path will take you. Thank you for this opportunity to provide this charge to you today. I'm honored to be an alum of the Northwestern University Physical Therapy Program, and I'm humbled to be with you. May your career path be full of opportunity, achievements, and excellence.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for an inspiring address. And now we come to the reason why we gathered today, to recognize the achievement of your goals and the awarding of degrees. I will ask Dr. Marjorie Hiller-Johnson, Associate Professor and Assistant Chair of Curriculum Development, to read the name of our new doctors in physical therapy.
Shauna Leah Anderson. Lindsay Marie Ardiff.
The favorite.
Janessa Ann Meila Kaliko Kalihuhevehe Okalani Baker. Catherine Sable Bavrus. Whitney Biggs. Leanna Kristen Blair. Jessica Brookman, Amelia Krostowska, Desiree Cogill, Lauren Carol Daly, Logan Davis, Nathan Dublau, Dolly Joy Wong Diaz, Dana Maria Delapo, Alessandra D'Arcy Doty, Delaney Joelle Dryden, Samantha Feller, Alina Fiorenza, Amanda Fox, Sarah Freed, Nathan Goff, Paige Aileen Golden, Crystal Victoria Gomez, Scott Matthew Grumeritz, Angela Garino, Heidi Howald, Unchi Jiyoung, Maya Lynn Johnson, Natalie Kahn, Samuel Quinn Kaplan, Sarah Cappers, Paul Carthen, Kelsey Ann Keener, Madeline Jane Lyonia, Corey Henderson Lapese, Megan Elizabeth Lee, Aaron Lenahan, Ilana Nadia Leonard, Timothy David Langawa, Rachel Makumai McGuire, Alexandra Manning, Melissa Mary Marwitz, Alexandra Lynn Mashak, Kayla Marie Matthews, Catherine Ann McLeland, Colin McGreevy, Jackson Meow, Dana Ann Miller, Yuka Morizumi, Brenna Eileen Murphy, Ping Chen Ni, Van Wynn, Bree Aiko Nishaban. James Patrick O'Brien. Aaron O'Donnell. Shannon O'Neill. Mario Olegario. Ronald Olson. Robert Palumbo. Elizabeth Peedy. Ann Desnes Peterson. Kyle Pratt. Maria Fernanda Cueveto Carrasco. Sarah Elizabeth Quist. Kimberly Ramirez. Sarah Rice. Catherine Genevieve Roback. Jessica Dominica Rodriguez. Natalie Rowe. Kelly Rojek. Christina Ronson. Mitchell Ronzia. Laura Ann Ross. Narissa Karine Sakrani. Allison Francis Leonard Saum. Ayush Shah. Anjali Jyoti Shah. Megan Ann Sherlock. Erin Elizabeth Smith. Marsalis Terrell Smith. McKenna Rebecca Splett. Austin Subroto. Hural Taylor. Jaylene Danielle Thompson. Kieran Tobin. Ria Apadier. Angelica Marie Whaley. Samantha Woodward. Mateusz Jacek Zapatoshny. Yifu Zhao. Congratulations, DPT Class of 2020.
Please join me in congratulating Northwestern University's new doctors of physical therapy. The program will now turn to recognizing several individual graduates for their special achievements. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Christa Venderlaan, our Assistant Chair for Clinical Education, who will present this year's Clinical Education Award.
the Clinical Education Award is given to a member of the graduating class who demonstrates superior clinical abilities. Students are nominated by their clinical instructors and selected based on their clinical skills, initiative, professional behavior, professional growth, contributions to the operations of the facility, and use of scientific evidence for clinical decision-making. The award committee was very pleased to receive nominations for 8 students in the class of 2020. We would first like to recognize students who were nominated by their clinical instructors. Although only one graduate was selected for the award, we know that being nominated is still a very high honor. Those nominees are Dr. Jessica Brugman, Dr. Sarah Freed, Dr. Natalie Kahn, Dr. Erin Lenahan, Dr. Yuka Morizumi, Dr. Bree Nishibun, Dr. Natalie Rowe, and Dr. Lindsay Ardiff. For the class of 2020, the Clinical Education Award goes to Dr. Lindsay Ardiff. Dr. Lindsay Ardiff was nominated by her clinical instructor from Clinical Experience 4, her final clinical education experience. During CE4, Lindsay provided care in the stroke, spinal cord injury, amputation, and wound care programs of an inpatient rehabilitation hospital. In the nomination letter, her CI noted, Lindsay's growth and development are unmatched by any previous student I have mentored, making her most deserving of this accolade. The letter continues by highlighting that by the end of her clinical experience, Lindsay was functioning at the same level as therapists with 1 or more years of experience. This was in large part to Lindsay's initiative, professionalism, and sense of responsibility, driving her compassion, assertiveness, and forward thinking. During her experience, Lindsay developed an algorithm to assist therapists in their decision-making for use of electrical stimulation in the care of their patients, something that will continue to be used at the facility. This is one example of how she could, in the words of her CI, effortlessly blend evidence into her patient care and overall practice. I think this quote from a patient perfectly sums up Lindsay's approach to patient care and her role as a therapist. I get smarter and better every time I work with Lindsay. We commend you, Dr. Ardiff, for your clinical abilities, dedication to excellence, confidence, knowledge of physical therapy, and professionalism. You are an outstanding representative of the Northwestern University Physical Therapy Program and will certainly be an asset to our profession. Congratulations. I'd now like to invite Dr. William Healy, Associate Chair for Professional Education, up to the podium for additional awards for the class of 2020.
Thank you, Dr. Vanderlaan. Before I proceed with reading out additional awards, I do want to apologize that we forgot one of the graduates, the class of 2020. That is our fault. And I do want to recognize Nicole Smith. Her name was accidentally left off that roster. So Nicole, congratulations from all of us, and apologize for leaving you off that roster. The next awards to be presented are the Class of 2020 Leadership Awards and the Community Engagement Award. Peers or faculty members nominate the recipients. A committee made up of 2 core faculty members and 2 students choose the recipient. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Robert Palumbo and Dr. Ian Peterson, members of this year's awards committee, to present the class awards. If you would, Dr. Palumbo.
Thank you, Dr. Healy. The first award to be presented will be the Leadership Award. This award will be going to 2 candidates who are equally deserving and who our entire class would agree have embodied the characteristics of great leaders throughout our time at NUPT. One recipient was described by a classmate possessing the humility, thoughtfulness, and selflessness required of a great leader. The other was described as a natural leader and someone who is always excited to empower others. Together, they have organized numerous events at Northwestern, including the National Advocacy Dinner. Individually, they are extremely active members of the greater physical therapy community. I'm happy to announce Lindsay Ardiff and Catherine McClelland as recipients of the Leadership Award.
And now I'd like to invite Dr. Ian Peterson to present the Community Engagement Award.
Thank you, Dr. Healy. For the Community Engagement Award, the graduates have nominated a peer who was a strong advocate for the LGBTQIA community throughout her time at Northwestern. She was awarded the Albert Schweitzer Fellowship, where she volunteered at the Center on Halsted, providing health workshops for LGBTQIA youth. Beyond her advocacy in the community, she brought her voice to the classroom to share issues surrounding representation and discrimination in healthcare. We are proud to announce the winner of the Community Engagement Award is Jessica Rodriguez.
I would also like to publicly acknowledge our department scholarship recipients. Dr. Shauna Anderson, Dr. Whitney Biggs, Dr. Delaney Dryden, Dr. Kelsey Keener, Dr. Jessica Rodriguez, Dr. Christina Ronson, Dr. Laura Ross, the Mark and Marianne Kaufman Scholar, Dr. Allison Sum, Dr. Ayush Shah, and Dr. McKenna Splett all received Merit Scholarship Awards. Dr. Catherine McClelland is our Alumni Scholar. Dr. Maria Fernanda Quevedo Carrasco is our Diversity Scholar and provided exceptional student leadership to the Diversity Committee. Dr. Kayla Matthews received the Janet Hemcheck Memorial Scholarship. The department, with its rich history, is also fortunate to be able to award third-year scholarships to honor the legacy of two former NU national leaders in our profession. The recipients of the Elizabeth Wood Dorothy Voss PT scholarships are Dr. Lindsay Ardiff, Dr. Samantha Feller, Dr. Jessica Rodriguez, and Dr. Sarah Rice. The Sally C. Edelsberg Scholarship in Physical Therapy is awarded to Dr. Catherine McClelland. And the inductees to the inaugural National PT Student Honor Society are Dr. Crystal Gomez, Dr. Alexandra Mashuk, and Dr. Ann Peterson. Congratulations again to all our award recipients.
Marcellus. Mhm. Our final award is in recognition of Dr. Marcellus Smith as this year's DPT PhD Scholar. The DPT PhD program uniquely combines a PhD in engineering with a doctoral degree in physical therapy, thus creating individuals who are perfectly bilingual in that they speak both the language of engineering, but also the language of biology and pathophysiology. Graduates of this program have ended up in academic, industry, and healthcare positions. Dr. Smith's research work is on basic principles underlying motor learning under the expert mentorship of Dr. Sandro Musaivaldi, a recognized world expert in motor learning. At this time, I would like to invite Dr. Robert Rosa to present the Dean's DPT PhD Scholar Award to Dr. Marcellus Smith.
Dr. Smith, as a representative of the Feinberg School of Medicine, It is with great pleasure that I present you with the Dean's DPT PhD Scholar Award. Congratulations and the very best future for you.
At this juncture, it is my pleasure to introduce the class speaker of the class of 2020, Dr. Sarah Rice. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Rice for the first time quite a number of years ago, when she and I served on a committee at the medical school. I was elated to find out that Dr. Rice decided to make a career change from a tenured associate professor in the medical school to become a doctor in physical therapy. And I vividly remember her probing questions when teaching to the class of 2020. I'm greatly looking forward to Dr. Rice's speech.
Okay. All right, can everybody hear me? Awesome. I am so very grateful and honored for the opportunity to be here and say thank you to our entire NUPT family, my classmates, the professors, and the staff. Nicole Lowe, congratulations again to you. Everyone give her a cheer. And it's RJ's birthday. I got to give you a shout out, RJ. I miss you, man. I ran yesterday listening to Iron Maiden and I thought of you the whole time. I miss all you guys. So I'm going to start this speech with some current events. Many of you are aware that Lindsay Ardiff, AKA Michael Phelps, and I are involved in an effort called the Illinois PPE Network. We're making 3D printed face shields for frontline healthcare workers. And she and I have been doing this ever since our clinicals were canceled. I really want to give a big shout out to Lindsay for that effort. Speaking for myself, I never worked harder in my life than I have on that. And I think that helping to found the Illinois PPE Network and making those face shields at this juncture is possibly the most important thing I've ever done. No one is surprised that Lindsay Ardiff was a key part of that team, working day and night, right in the middle of it. So Lindsay, you're a superstar, and I thank you for always being there for others. And as Lindsay and I were working with the Illinois PPE Network, just cranking out these face shields day and night, they took hours to print. And a member of our team designed a version of the face shield that could be mass produced because it was pressable from flat plastic. And Anjali Shah gets a shout out here because she actually made a critical connection for us to a medical doctor friend of hers who field tested that flat pack design. And thanks to Anjali's connection, the Illinois PPE Network is now able to produce about 8,000 face shields an hour. And we're on track to produce about 100,000 total by next week in our next production run. And so I wanted to say a special thanks also to Anjali and to everyone else who just drew attention to this effort and donated and made suggestions and who listened to me when things got mentally tough to work like that. I'm looking at Katie McClelland and Marcella Smith and Scott Grameritz. And I just want to illustrate that leveraging our NUPT connections was completely critical to this project's success. And it's going to help us all in the future. And just, you guys are heroes too already. So because these new like flat pack face shields are so much easier to make, we're starting to phase out 3D printing for the face shields. And I was able to go to Wisconsin where I can sleep the night, and I'm with my parents and my sister Nell. Is not a Zoom backdrop. This is my reality. Isn't that awesome? So it's really nice. My regalia didn't make it up here in time. Oops. But anyway, it's really nice to be with my family. Lindsay and I and several others are still highly active in the Illinois PPE Network though. We're using 3D printing and other methods for prototyping, and we're developing masks, gowns, test swabs, anything that's necessary. Right now, my whole family is working together sewing face masks And my mom's the pro on that effort. She's sent out over 100 of them this week. And so Illinois PPE is a big volunteer effort. We need lots of folks, lots of different skills. Thank you all for supporting us, and please reach out to me if you're interested in joining us in a larger capacity. So what's next? You know, we're stuck with an awful lot of uncertainty here, and I need to acknowledge that every single one of us has experienced profound change and stress and loss in the last few months. And we are undoubtedly, somebody's water skiing. We are undoubtedly facing one of the greatest challenges of our lives. I literally got weepy a few nights ago and said, yeah, you know, I mean, when I got tenure at Northwestern, I thought I had permanently dodged the move back in with the folks bullet, but no, I didn't apparently. I'm up here and for the foreseeable future, but look where I am. This place is gorgeous. I'm so lucky. And I'm gonna share some thoughts about the issues we're all facing. And these are the thoughts that when things go dark for me, they motivate me to bathe and put on pants. And I really hope that they help you all too. So here goes. My first thought is that what's the status quo is really kind of a delicate balance of just ridiculousness. And crises totally dismantle that ridiculousness in a way that can be a really good thing. And so I'm looking back to what made me decide to become a PT. You know, serving on committees with Jules was certainly inspiring, but what it really was that in about 2014, I was going kind of stale as a professor. I had always worked in the same field my entire career, and I was maintaining my sanity by racing my bike in professional stage races. That's ridiculous, right? But the bike racing gave me something else to think about and pursue, and a life balance that sort of kind of worked for a while. And I was just thankful that I never got seriously hurt until I did. And I'm even more thankful for that. I took a random pedal to the back of my left leg, got acute compartment syndrome, had emergency surgery, and ended up in a long stint of PT with NU PT grad Greg Gilmore, who many of you will remember. I never fully regained strength in my left post hip. I never returned to bike racing. But what did happen as a result of that bizarre accident that totally dismantled my status quo was so much cooler, right? Because I got my DPT and all of you did too, right? Alongside me. And I can tell you that this experience of getting a DPT with all of you did more for my personal growth than any previous training I ever had. And that's a lot. And more than any previous success I ever had, and more than 14 years on the Northwestern faculty. And yeah, Craig's upper thoracic manipulation is still the second best thing that ever happened to me. So I truly hope and believe for all of us that COVID-19 will be in ways like that random injury, and that living through this will give us each an opportunity to take advantage of the fact that the barriers are gone. They've been destroyed with everything else. So we can grow our minds and our abilities and make the world a better place than it's ever been. So go for it, be bold, be creative. So thought number two is that, okay, getting a DPT is actually the absolute perfect training to tackle this crisis and to do all that. And so to tell you how that's true, I want everyone in this Zoom room, I can't see anyone now, so it's kind of weird, but think back to that patient. Close your eyes and envision that patient. And you know the one I'm talking about. This is a patient who, after a life-altering event or surgery, you help them to fundamentally change their life for the better. Mine is a 7-year-old girl with cerebral palsy who took her first steps and learned to ride a tricycle and use a wheelchair and got potty trained all while working with me. And the awesome thing about being PTs now is that every single one of us has that patient, and some of us have a lot of them. Each of us has gotten the privilege and the wonderful experience of having that much positive impact on someone's life. And so think back, please, to your own special patient. And on day one, what did they say to you? They said, I want to do this, but I can't. I can't. And the PT in all of us absolutely loves to hate the word can't. You hear that word and it's like, whoop, because getting from can't to can is what we do every day. That's what you did with that patient that you're remembering. And now if you're still with me, I hope everyone's just rattling through their brain, going through all the other patients who you helped get from can't to can. Just go there for a minute. It'll make you smile, right? And class of 2020 classmates, before we ever saw a single patient, we helped each other go from can't to can. You know, and it's time now for Liz PD's call up. Yes, Liz, if you had not kept me on track during every class we took, I think I would still be sitting in room 800 trying to figure out subtalar Arthur kinematics and kinese. We got each other through a lot. Good luck in your boards on Wednesday. I know you're going to be awesome. And now some of us have even passed boards, right? Who has? Hands up. Everybody put your hands up who passed boards. I'm so jealous. I can't even tell you. I was lucky to get an appointment, I think. And so that can't to can, that is literally the heart of our profession. If you think about the International Classification of Functioning, right? It's drilled into your brain forever. What's in the mix? It's activities, participation, body structure, function, environment, personal factors. There's Lois Hedman. She just woke up. She's smiling. Lois will never forget it, we promise, because the ICF is our roadmap to get patients from can't to can. And so now, with what's going on, you know, pretty much the whole world just has to go from can't to can. And we, as PTs in our new profession, we have to figure out new ways to treat our patients safely, new ways to educate within our profession effectively. And we're always going to have the challenge, now and after COVID's over, for how to implement and innovate the best PT practices in the absence of appropriate financial resources. Yeah, I said it, and it's not going away. That problem is not going away. But we're going to work with it because we get from can't to can. Because of our PT training, you guys, we've got this. And so key off that word can't when you hear it. It is an opportunity. Whether you're hearing it in your own head, or you're hearing it in the clinic, or you're hearing it during a global pandemic, put your pants on and go get it. And last thing, there's still the issue of the graduation party at my house that has not happened yet. And so we got to go from can't to can and make that better than ever. And so I'm going to tell all of you that in the future, when APTA combined sections or next is in Chicago, we're going to have a reunion at my house every single time. And I can't wait to see all of you. I miss you all so much. And we're going to pick each other's brains and talk about how we're advancing the PT profession and swap our stories about that patient whenever this happens. And so, and I'm going to close by just telling you guys that you are and always will be my family. And sincerest congratulations. I'm so proud of me. I'm proud of us. And please keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rice, for a very inspiring and wise address to the class of 2020. Really, I had a great time listening to you. Fantastic. As the chair of the Department of Physical Therapy and Human Movement Sciences, I would like to extend my graduations to each of the new graduates. I sincerely hope that you will continue to communicate with members of the department as well as with our alumni as you start your careers. As a graduate of one of the top physical therapy schools in the nation, many doors will open for you. My colleagues and I know that you're well prepared to become great practitioners of our profession and future leaders in the delivery of physical therapy, healthcare administration, in political lobbying related to healthcare, and in physical therapy related education and research. This has been a difficult graduation and a different one than what we were expecting, but in the for the year 2020. But the year 2020 will always stand out in my mind as a class that has done extremely well under difficult circumstances and as the year with perfect 2020 vision. Before concluding the ceremony, please allow me to thank a number of colleagues who have been crucial in the organization of this virtual graduation event. First and foremost, I would like to thank Bill Healy, our Associate Chair overseeing the DPT program. I'd like to thank him for his leadership and in organizing this unique virtual graduation event. Thank you, Bill. Keisha Nelson, who assisted in organizing and directing all the little details of the graduation ceremony, as well as was instrumental for all of you getting your graduation regalia. Even when at the last minute, some of the regalias did not arrive, she jumped right in and made certain that you got it. Dr. Ana Maria Acosta, our Associate Chair overseeing our PSD educational programs, for directing the technical portion of the graduation events with the help of Van Gau and colleagues of Northwestern University IT. Great job, Ana Maria. Mr. Jackson, Drs. Rosa, Hille Johnson, Vanderlaan, Teppen, Rice, as well as Ms. Woolley and Ms. Lantry and others for their roles in making this virtual graduation event possible. Finally, I would like to express my thanks to Ethan Stoller for his musical contribution at the beginning and at the end of this graduation event in a little bit. And now it's time to conclude the ceremony. Thank you all for participating in this year's virtual DPT graduation. I sincerely hope that everyone has been able to follow this important event from the comfort of their homes. I would also mention to the students to remain connected so that student group pictures can be taken in a little bit. And last but not least, congratulations to the class of 2020. You did it.
I've seen that the last few days.
So the word I'm getting is this is the time to say congratulations to all the students. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. Wonderful to see you.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Happy for you.
Great
ceremony.
Talking who will be on the screen.
I like that I can see all your names with your faces and I don't have to guess.
You guys rock. You are awesome. I just can't wait to see where the future takes all of you.
Thanks, Babette. Thanks, Babette. Hello. Hello.
Wherever you are, I hope that you have a chance to celebrate in style for the rest of the day. Good takeout or a nice long jog or whatever it may be that makes y'all happy, because you sure deserve it.
You guys rock. You are awesome. I just can't.
Oh, there I am. Look.
All of you. Thanks for that.
It's not.
Hello.
I just want to make a quick announcement. The faculty will be leaving in 3 minutes.
Uh-oh.
12:15.
Where are we going?
Where are we going?
We're
The
meeting
students-
at
The living room.
That's where I'm going.
We're meeting at Timothy O'Toole.
Virtual, the virtual.
Well, we always eat after this, so I'll do that.
Right.
Go.
Don't you wish somebody was serving the food though, right?
That's true.
Stick around, correct? So
They
that
should have sent us catered meals.
graduates can stick around to still.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's the weekend. It starts afternoon on the weekend.
Oh, you got
Weekend started on Monday, Gail. Where have you been? All the days are the same. Every day looks the same now. Come on.
No, I sleep in on Saturday.
Because it's so different than Tuesday.
Well, that's true.
I slept in this morning also, all the way to 5 o'clock.
I love Sarah said she could go to the bars because she's
Oh,
in
Sarah, please don't
Wisconsin.
go.
Yeah, don't go.
Love you too much. Please don't go, Sarah.
Again, congratulations to all you guys.
I'm not suicidal.
Good for you.
However, I was kidding with my husband last night, and I said I'm ready to take a road trip to Kenosha because I needed to nap bad.
Yeah, it looks like Justin left to put the kids down for a nap.
Should we do
We
a
don't have to do our own toast.
Yeah, do a virtual toast.
Yeah. Virtual toast to all of you.
Class of 2020.
Yeah.
Prepared.
Oh, there.
For everyone who wants it.
Oh, there you go.
Just have water.
Well, it's warm and sunny where I am, so I'm going outside to drink.
That sounds lovely.
I don't do drinking water, but I wrote the champagne.
Yeah, did they realize they're still on YouTube?
Yeah, we're getting all kinds of back chatter. It's great to see you guys. Congratulations.
Until
Bye.
the next time, guys.
Congratulations, everyone. Good luck.
Everyone.
Everything.
Stay in touch,
Good job,
please.
Sarah.
Let me know how you're using
Bye,
your
Sarah.
anatomy. Please, please.
Bye-bye.
CVP.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right, good luck. Stay safe.
Bye.
I'm supposed to leave.
So now this room stays open till 3 o'clock. So the graduates can stay in here and then it closes at 3 o'clock. So
That's a long time, though.
yeah, I don't know. You guys could do what you want. I don't know. But we thought we'd keep it open.
We're still on YouTube. We could put on a show.
You could put on a show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if I want my parents seeing that.
Just remember you represent Northwestern University.
And you have to do a class photo.
Kelsey in your class.
Yeah, and they're going to do a class photo. So if you would stay on and show your video, then Brittany and Anna Maria are going to do shots of your pictures. So that'd be great.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna do shots. I was like, dang.
No shots. I'm in room 800. There's nothing here. There's nothing going on. Congratulations. It's great to see you.
Can you say congratulations?
Oh my gosh, McKenna.
Oh, Elle, come here.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congrats, guys.
Cute.
Maddie, bring the puppies.
I brought the puppy.
Good job, buddy.
Okay, where's Megan?
Hi.
Oh, congratulations.
Matt has his
Congrats, my sweet.
Oh, I just.
Again, I want
Oh my god.
All the puppies now.
Huh?
Aww. Are we doing a class picture or what are we doing?
Addie.
We're trying to do
I love you, Cole.
if you can all pose for a few minutes. So, and those who are, there's more than one of you in the in your place. Go to your computer.
Good job.
Okay, posing for the next 3 minutes.
Posing. We're posing. Oh.
Oh, posing? Okay.
Yes. Dogs are allowed, so get your dog, your mom, whoever you want, but pose.
Should I do it?
Hold on, I can't see what I'm doing right
No.
I love all the dogs, yo. It's great.
You got a present?
Yeah, Maggie.
Present?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie.
Hey, can I put the Timmy O'Toole connector on that or no?
Thank you.
It's good. Jeanette gave it to me. I like it. Okay, what are we doing? Yeah.
I can't see from here, but I got things to call you on. I think you're good to be done posing.
Okay.
That was a long time to pose for. Okay.
All right.
I'm so stressed about this stuff.
She left it.
What's wrong?
No, but I
Everybody, Maria and I are going to sign out. We're going to switch the So it's your party. Yeah, graduation.
beautiful speech. Thanks for the stuff. She'll be like, oh, he's right. Bye.
Are we all leaving?
Huh? Nice background.
I was trying to see if we're all leaving.
Huh?
I think we are. They are. All the pups.
Puppies and then you go. I'll go.
Huh? Yeah, I'm sure.
Where? That's oh.
Huh? You said I should have done what? Oh, just cuz? Oh, and seeing what it was? Oh, I can't. Well, I need to take pictures still.
All right, best speech ever.
Congratulations to all of you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna look up.
If I want to say congrats to Tina. Tina, Sam, and Logan. Yeah, that's Tina, Sam, Logan, Rachel. Let me see. Who's your link?